How are you guys doing? Welcome to step 3 of how to beat the bulge this holiday season. I'm Jacqueline Sabaka, the creator of Lady Leader Lifestyle, and I just wanted to say thank you so much again for just being a part of this series with me. We had an overwhelming response of how many people really enjoyed step 1 and step 2. Step 1 being how to survive social settings this holiday season while making smart decisions. The second one was how to combat cookies and sweets, how to put the no on it, how to feel confident with, putting the brakes on those holiday treats constantly being around. So if you guys haven't tuned into that yet, make sure you click the links below so that it takes you back through that before you come into step 3, because this one is by far the, oh wait, maybe I should take these off. Sorry. I was getting so into the zone, and you might be wondering, why did I start all that funkiness off in the beginning? Studies show if you have a big pattern change that people will be more engaged, and I really want you to be engaged because today is the most important tip I can give any of you guys when it comes to fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, and how to beat the bulge this holiday season. So it's really, really important that you follow along this entire video so that you get the most out of it. All right. So I could go all day about different, holiday beating the bulge kind of things when it comes to supplements, nutrition, fitness, workouts, stress management, but I really wanted to dig a little bit deeper so that we really, really, really can help you this holiday season. So the big game changer started December 2014. I met with a client at a Starbucks just down the road, and she walked into the Starbucks. I was sitting there by myself on my computer. It was our first initial consult, and she walked in there, and you can tell when somebody feels confident, and you can tell when somebody's been broken, when somebody's just been broken. And she walked in, and I could tell that she looked broken. And often when I work with clients, I don't just work with them on nutrition and fitness. We truly work on building a lifestyle that lasts and build a confidence so that they can lead the life they've always wanted to lead. Okay, so I get really involved with these people and my clients and all you wonderful people. So anyways, we were meeting up for our first consultation, and I talked to her, and she told me she was recently divorced. I want to say she was married over 30 years. She was 49. She was a mom. Her kids were out of the house or were getting ready to get out of the house and go to college. And so she was starting to deal with that empty nesting syndrome, and she just felt like her whole world had crumbled. She had never made choices in the last 30 years that were truly 110% for herself, to make herself happy, make herself fully healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually. And she was finally ready to make the choice to put herself first. Because what people don't realize, they're like, oh, well, with my kids or my husband or whatever, and they use all these other outside sources to make their choice. When ultimately, if you make the choice that will make you the happiest, then everyone around you benefits. Everyone around you benefits from the extra confidence, the extra energy, the extra vibes that you're giving off and motivation you're giving to other people. So what I was really proud about her is she came to me from this place of constantly making choices for other people, for her kids, for her husband, for her job, for her friends. And she didn't quite understand until she was 49 years old that she had to start making choices for herself. Flash forward to now, she went from this broken, overweight, insecure, very sad person to competing in her first bodybuilding show right before she turned 50, I believe. She's a little cougar now. She is very happy in a very happy and healthy relationship. Her daughters got full ride scholarship. I know one of them got a full ride scholarship to college. So obviously she's putting forth a good role model. And she started motivating other women her age to live a lifestyle that lasts and that they're happy. So when she was making these choices for everyone else and putting herself on the back burner, she wasn't ever happy, right? And when you're not happy, the people around you also suffer. Now she's making choices for and herself and everyone around her, because it's contagious, benefits. And she's much happier, she's much healthier, and she's maintaining a lifestyle that lasts. And you might be thinking, well, why are you telling me this story, Jacqueline? Well, the reason I'm telling you this story is because the big game changer to success in any aspect of your life is figuring out how to make a choice. Okay, just think about that for a second. We either make choices that help us, that show us positive outcomes and reward, or we make choices that hurt us. And it's hard for us to understand that fully, because sometimes we're making choices, well, my kids need to go here and here and here, so I don't get to do this. Or my husband doesn't want me to, go to the gym or not spend time with them, so I don't get to do this. A lot of times we're confusing making choices for the people that we love as a good thing, when in actuality it hurts us, okay? So I really want us to start to think about how to make a choice out of faith instead of fear, okay? There's only there's two types of choices, the ones that help us and the ones that hurt us. Now there's two types of motivators to make choices. There's the ones that are based off faith, and there's ones that are based off fear. Just think, what kind of choices was Cassie making, that was my client, before she got divorced? Was it based off faith, or was it based off fear? Was it based off of, I don't want to take too much time for myself because I'll feel guilty, or my kids might think of me different, or my husband might think of me different or treat me different. I don't want to take time for myself. I just got to give. That hurt her, and it hurt everyone, okay? So I want to teach you guys how to make more choices based off of faith and stop confusing things and making choices off of fear, okay? So we're going to get started and talk about the difference between faith, which comes from, I'm not saying like baby Jesus faith, I'm talking about having a belief in yourself, okay? Or fear. So faith-based decisions are going to be things that you have it's hard. It's hard to make faith-based decisions sometimes because it takes work. It takes time. We're constantly evolving. So our vision and our purpose changes. Excuse me. Our purpose changes over time. So if we are wanting to make more faith-based decisions, we need to clearly define what our vision for our life and for ourselves and for our happiness and how we want people to perceive us is. We also need to know what our purpose is in life. And if you don't know what it is, just understand that we're constantly evolving. So start writing down on a piece of paper, what does your ideal self look like? What does your ideal self act like? What is the person you want to become? Just focus on that. If you're not even sure what your purpose is yet, focus on the person you want to become. What do they have to do on a daily basis? How do they have to treat their body? Nutrition, workouts, are they kind? What kind of work ethic do they have? What kind of parent are they? What kind of spouse are they? Start thinking about your ideal self and realize the decisions that are going to get you closer to your ideal self are faith-based decisions, not fear. Even if in the process of making faith-based decisions, maybe people around you get upset. That's okay. That's okay, because ultimately, a happiest you will radiate to the people that love you, and they will begin to accept those decisions that you're making, okay? We just have to get really good at making faith-based decisions. Also, another thing on faith-based decisions is similar to your ideal self is, what kind of legacy are you trying to set? What do you want people to remember you by? Because ultimately, if you are doing behaviors and you understand with clear vision what kind of legacy you want to leave behind, it helps you make more faith-based decisions when it comes to your health, when it comes to your nutrition, when it comes to your fitness, when it comes to career, okay? So think legacy. And when you're making fear-based decisions, you're going to make decisions based off of internal negative feelings or external things. So what I mean by that is, if you're going to make a decision based off of fear, it's going to be something internal negative. Oh, I'm too fat to, go out with my friends. I'm not worth it to eat healthy. I am not a good enough person to do something. It's those often not reality, perceptions of we have of ourselves and our situation that cause us to create these fear-based decisions, and often are looked at as some of the habits that we make that make us feel guilty, make us feel shame. The external things, such as your friends or your work or your husband or something like that, somebody wanting you to do something that deep down inside you wouldn't do if you didn't have them around, type of thing. Like, I want you to learn how to live the life that you always have wanted to live based off of faith. Because people will follow you when you continually and consistently make faith-based decisions, okay? Including the people around you. Other things with faith is when you start to make... So faith-based decisions are hard sometimes because it's hard to, as we're evolving, to have a clear picture of our vision and our purpose at the forefront of our mind. And that's why it's really important that you write it out. But when you start making faith-based decisions, you will start to create a confidence, okay, and a trust within yourself. Example of Cassie, when she stepped out of her comfort zone and met with me, because the thing is faith-based decisions, if you feel like you're not confident enough to make it on your own, you can always reach out to people. You can reach out to coaches like myself, or reach out to programs like the Little Black Dress Project or the No Cover Up Summer Program, or different programs that we have that have a group of women that can help you feel confident in the process, or help guide you when you're feeling like you're falling back, okay? And that's what Cassie did. She reached out to me when she didn't have the confidence. She had the core fire within her to make the initial step, but she knew that making these faith-based choices were going to be hard, and she needed somebody to support her in the process. And that's when she reached out to her coach. And know that that's okay, especially these really big, strong, empowering female fitness groups like the Little Black Dress Project. Okay, but when she was making those choices, so week to week she was checking in with me, week to week she was following nutrition, week to week she was getting stronger in the gym, which is a beautiful freaking thing, because you see progress, and it's something that can help build your confidence in a numerical way. But each week she was building more self-trust. All right, I can do this, I can do this. All right, I can do this, I can do this. Because it was a decision that she ultimately made for herself. However, if she was... We'll use the same thing. Say a husband was pushing her to come compete or work out with me as a coach. Even though it's a positive thing to work with me, but it wasn't her decision to make for herself because that's not what she wanted, she will put blame when she fails. These are what I'm about to explain to you. If you're not sure if you're making fear-based choices, they will show up in blaming other people for things not working out for you, or people judging you, or whatever have you. Another thing, which is for me, procrastination. If I'm scared out of my mind, an example being creating a business, like, that's really hard. My husband works from home. I have a 3-year-old. I work part-time nights, and I'm supposed to create this business for women all over the world to help them transform their body and their mind and their being to lead the world in the best possible way that they can. That's scary And so I find that I will start to want to procrastinate. I will want to lock myself in the room, lay in bed and try to eat food all day because I'm trying and I'm stressed. That's another thing. If you start to notice that you're having a lot more stress, because if you're not aligned with your purpose and your vision and your ideal self, of course you're going to have stress. You're combating, you're trying to make decisions based off things that aren't aligned with what you truly want in life. And that's stressful, right? Other things that show up is passing. I think that's the same as blame. So we'll just focus on, because I was going to say like pass the buck on somebody else, but I think that's the same thing as blame for the most part. So if you're not quite sure if you are making fear-based choices, think of, are you putting blame on other people? Are you not taking responsibility for your actions? So if you find yourself constantly making excuses for something, maybe you're making a decision that isn't aligned with what you truly want in your heart, okay? If you're not able to follow through with something time after time after time, either one, get a coach that can help you work through that process because they can help keep you accountable, or a program. But if you were making faith-based choices, you would totally take responsibility because you're confident with that. You know you're doing the right thing. You know you're doing something that aligns with your integrity, okay? Another thing is faith-based choices are long-term and hard. And I've already kind of explained that. It's hard to constantly make choices based off of your faith, especially as we're evolving. And it's more long-term. So it's not it's not instant gratification. If you start noticing that you're making decisions based off instant gratification, that's going to feel really good right now, and then you've noticed that you're feeling shame, guilt, anger at yourself because you went for that instant gratification, you're probably making decisions based off fear. These are all the things I want you to really focus on. So if you have to pause this video and start writing some stuff down, please do, because this is truly the number one thing in everything, is being so raw and honest with yourself that either A, do you even know what decisions you're making that aligns with your ideal self? Shoot, do you even know what your ideal self is? And two, if you don't think you can get there on your own, are you willing to value a coach enough or value a program enough to invest in it so that you can get closer to your ideal self? Just start being honest with yourself. Another thing, for people that lead by faith, faith and belief in their self and getting closer to their vision, getting closer to their purpose, getting closer to the ideal self, is they're going to be the leaders of the world. And that is why I created Lady Leader Lifestyle. Because like Cassie, you can go from broken, you can go from crumbling, you can go from feeling like nobody will ever want you, or like just unbelievably lost because you've been making so many decisions based off other people that you lost the person of who you are. To leading women to transforming and changing their life. If you start making faith-based choices, and doing that is being honest with yourself on what those choices are that are going to help you and not hurt you. For fear, those people are going to play victim. All right? Those are going to be, why me? Nothing ever happens right in my life. I'm always going to be fat and miserable and blah, 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 blah. Not taking responsibility because they're making choices out of fear. And I want you to know why this is so powerful, because, and this is probably the most important part of this entire video, the reason this is so important with your fitness, your nutrition, your success in life is because choice has the power to increase value on the outcome. Listen to that. Choice has the power to increase the value of the outcome. So if you are making a choice based on fear, you are making a choice because somebody else wants you to do something, You are going to put all your focus on it. So if you're, or say you're making a choice on instant gratification and you go and eat that cheeseburger and you go and binge and you don't work out because that feels good in the moment, you're going to focus very, very heavily on the outcome of that. You're going to dwell about it. You're going to draw in negative energy. You're going to push off negative energy and be agitated and irritated and bring in the things that you don't want to bring into your life. Negativity, pessimistic people, those kinds of things, because you're creating decisions based off of fear. And that attracts other people that create decisions based off of fear. But if you decide today and in this program that you want to start living in line with your ideal self, living with integrity and understanding your vision and your purpose and having faith-based decisions, then you will start to make choices that empower you, that make you feel confident. And then you focus that headspace and that energy on feeling confident, feeling inspired, that no matter if you fall off the bandwagon, you have so much momentum that you're building. And if you have a support of a coach or a group, even better, that you just keep going so that you can live the lady leader lifestyle. Okay? I am so pumped for you guys, and I hope you stay tuned because we are going to shoot you with 2 more, I believe, 2 or 3, I don't know, we'll find out, steps to help you beat the bulge this holiday season. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, you want me to hit any other topic, just reply to this message, but definitely make sure that you tune in on the next few emails because they're going to be very, very important when it comes to your fitness, your nutrition, and I might even add some supplementation in there. I know a lot of you guys really appreciate that. So I will see you soon, and thank you so much for living a lifestyle or beginning the process to live a lifestyle that lasts. See you guys.